Assalamualaikum and very good evening. So my name is Habibuzzikri Ajeman. My metric number is 195958. So today our group will introduce and explain about a device that will give some benefit for people around the world to go through with the current issue, which is pandemic COVID-19. So before that, I will explain about the problem statements and give the solution generally. As we know, when the COVID-19 start to attack the people around the world, WHO, which is World Health Organizations, was giving us the precaution and order to against this pandemic currently, such as stay at home if not having any important things to do, wearing masks at the public places, and keep the social distancing. About the social distancing, people must keep their distance with other people and cannot under 1 meter in other people parameters. The problem is there are some people did not obey the social distancing rules, as this can spread the virus quickly among people and bring the pandemic worse. So, the solution for this problem is we can use a device that can separate people 1 meter from each other every time during this pandemic. This device is using the concept of sensoring signal, which detect the presence of other people under 1 meter in the in our distance. The device can transmit alarm to other people so that people always aware that they need to keep social distancing, especially in schools or learning institution or working place and more public places. So that's all for the problem statements and the solution as general. I will pass to my friends to explain about the design of the sensor for the device and how the device operate. Thank you.
Hello, first I will introduce my name. My name is Zahiruddin Bakri Mirza. Okay, so Habib has already mentioned about the problem that we are currently facing, that is COVID-19, and the solution that our group come up with. So today I will going to introduce to you all about the device that we are currently design, which is social distancing device, or we call it as SDD. So this is the picture of the device that we are going to design, which has the same concept as the bracelet and or the watch. So the device that we are currently design use two type of sensor, which first sensor is temperature sensor that can measure the temperature, and the second is frequency sensor, which will be explained by my other teammate. So in the first sensor, we use thermistor as our sensing element, which can measure the heat, the temperature, and also the input. In this design, we use 3 buffer of amplifier to amplify the input and produce larger output. One is put before the thermistor and the rest are put after the thermistor. This amplifier also amplifies the millivolt from the thermistor to volt. So for converting the voltage into a digital form, we use analog to digital converter, or called ADC. And then the digital form will be shown at the visual display unit or video as the same concept as watch. The user of the device will be notified by the visual display unit so that they can alert with their body temperature. Also, as you can see in the diagram, the input will go in through the buffer one, and then the buffer will amplify the input, and then the thermistor will take in the input and then go to the buffer 2, then buffer 3, and then go to the analog to digital converter for converting the voltage or input into digital form. Okay, we move on to the next sensor. The next sensor will be explained by Mirza.
Okay, hello. Assalamualaikum and good evening. So, for my part, I will explain more about our product, which is the smart bracelet. So, hopefully, you can hear and understand it first. So, the design, so we inserted some other things into the device, which is the smart bracelet, to perform and to reach our objective, which is to help people in fighting the COVID-19. So, so the main idea how the bracelet is connected is by using the Bluetooth. So, in Bluetooth uh, we are separated, and I want to tell about three things, which is the protocols, the range, and the pairing. So for number one, which is protocol, so how is operate under Piconet? So I will explain more about the Piconet later. Next, the range. So how far can it pair with the other bracelets? And third is the pairing, which is how it connect with other bracelets. So first, we talk about the Bluetooth protocol. So as you all can see, as I mentioned earlier, it's a Piconet. The Piconet is actually an ad hoc network that link a wireless user group of devices. It consists of two or more devices occupying the same physical channel. So actually, the Bluetooth protocols is about the layer protocol architecture that inside it, which is the under cable replacement protocol, telephone control, and adapter protocol. So that's mean that the Bluetooth is sharing with others. So for this device, we only use two protocols, which is the link management protocol, which is the LMP, and the SDP, which is the service discovery protocol. So what is it? So link management protocol is used to set up and control of the radio link between two devices. So it means that the link management protocol can be used for the bracelets to detect other bracelets. So the SDP service also to discover service by other device. So it's the same. So we just use two of it. So there are actually three, but for the bracelet we use only two, which is the link management protocol and the SDP. Next. Okay, for the Bluetooth range. Okay, for the Bluetooth range, the typical condition for Bluetooth are for indoor condition, which is in our objective. We want to help students to social distancing from either from themselves. So it is suitable for indoor condition where there are wall and reflection are minimal and lower do the specific line of sight range for the devices. So to use the Bluetooth device must be able to interpret the certain Bluetooth profiles which are definition of possible application and specify general that Bluetooth enable device to communicate with. So there is a three example, which is the Bluetooth version 3.0, 4.0, and 5. So there is maximum speed and also the max distance. So for me, so for us, I think we will use the Bluetooth version of 4.0 also for just the 4.0 because it's much cheaper and suitable for our product, which is doesn't use much cost. and the maximum speed also good, and it can reach about 60 meters. So I think that the social distancing only use 1 meter, so I think it's a suitable range. Last but not least, so about the Bluetooth transmitter and receiver. Okay, so how it operates? So secure simple pairing, which is the device may only legally pairing to use a form of public key cryptography, and sometimes can help protect against something. So which in our situation of the COVID-19. So which means that the situation of COVID-19, which means the social distancing. So secure simple pairing of Bluetooth, they don't use the password or a link key to connect with other bracelet. So I think it's good because we doesn't need to type a password to connect with other bracelet. So it will automatically pairing with other bracelet and notify the user. So we also can use, because SSP use OOB and NFC enable pairing. So when the device simply get close, rather than requiring a lengthy discovery process. So it doesn't need to be far enough. So under the 1 meter, it can use the Bluetooth. So what is exactly the OOB and NFC? So OOB is actually, okay, OOB actually is the out of band mechanism. So it's used to both discover the devices as well as to exchange or transfer cryptographic information which will be used in the pairing process. So OOB can use for the bracelet to detect other bracelets. And then the NFC also can be used by the recorder or the someone who record the presence of the students. So I think the NFC is good. It can be used to record uh, how many students are in the class, for example, and also they can also record the temperature of the students. Okay. So that's all from my slide. So thank you for watching, and my friend will explain it more about how it operates, and thank you.
Okay, hello. My name is Aliuddin bin Anwar, and my metric number is 199158. Okay, this is how the bracelet operate in creating the sound to trigger the system, in creating alarm, giving people increase their awareness about social distancing. There are 5 basic elements in the system that will make the system work. First, there will be the input came into the bracelet, which is the temperature and people that use another bracelet. There will be 2 sensors put in the bracelet circuit, one that will sense the temperature of other people, since human body have certain temperature depends on the surrounding, right? Second, to sense other users that use this bracelet. Continue to the operating system. When the input came in, will go through the sensing elements to check if it is the correct reading to trigger the output of the bracelets. If it is correct, and it will go through the following system, and vice versa. If it is correct, it will go through on, and then if it is not correct, if the temperature, or there are no presence of other bracelet user, then the bracelet will off. After the sensing elements do the job, there will be signal conditioning element. It will manipulate the correct signal in triggering the output of the system. Of course, after the temperature came in, we need the signal conditioning element, okay, to trigger the output so that it will give a correct data to the next stage. The next stage, which is the signal conditioning element. Next. This. Oh, okay. the next after the signal conditioning element. The data will process in signal processing element. The signal still need to be processed on how it will work, how the input will affect the output. And then the data presentation element. I will just give an example for this. Okay, let's say, oh yeah, like this. We want that the sensors sense temperature or the presence of other bracelet. Then the bracelet will do the alarm thing. Okay, so the sound from the alarm is considered the data presentation. Yeah, the sensor sense the temperature and it will produce sound from the bracelet. Yeah, the input and the data. So we can consider that the sound from the alarm is the presentation of how the bracelet will work. That's what it means by the data presentation element, because the signal already been in the conditioning element, which the signal conditioning element manipulate the signal into doing this, and then it already processed in the signal processing element. Okay, so the last part is the output from the whole operation, which will go through the sound system. So for example, a speaker or a buzzer that will produce a distracting sound from the bracelet to trigger the people around that they are not following the SOP to be in social distancing surrounding. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.